Welcome back to Raw Sports Talk. I'm Chris, your favorite stat reader, and we have the Jaguars hosting the Texans, and the Jaguars are 1.5-point home favorites. The over/under is at 44.5 points. The Texans are plus 100 on the money line, while the Jaguars are minus 120. Now, these are the overnight odds. They will change the closer we get to kickoff on Sunday. I should say the pre-kickoff lines because I said overnight. Now, the weather for this game is supposed to be 82 degrees, 13-mile-an-hour winds, and a 33% chance of rain. Brian Thomas is listed as questionable. I have him on my fantasy team. He's basically been questionable the first 2 weeks of the season because God knows, I don't know what the hell's going on with that. But yeah, he hasn't shown up. Now, head-to-head, the Texans are 8-2 against the Jaguars in their last 10 meetings. The Texans swept the Jaguars last year. They beat them the last 2 games they played them. The road team is 7-3. The underdog is 6-3-1 against the spread, while the favorite has won the last 3 games on the money line. The favorite is 5-5 on the money line. The under is hitting their last 3 games. The under is 6-4, and the over/under at 44.5 points is 5-5 specifically. Now, how they did against each other last year, the Texans won 24-20 and 23-20 in Jacksonville. How they're doing this season, the Texans are just struggling to score offensively. They lost to the Rams 14-9. The Rams defense has looked very good this year. And then they lost in come from behind fashion to the Buccaneers 20-19. The under is hitting both games that they've played this year. The Jaguars are 1-1. They did lose to a backup quarterback. Keep that in mind. They won week 1 26-10 against the Panthers and then lost to a backup quarterback 31-27 in Cincinnati. The million-dollar question to me is, are the Texans eventually going to show up and start scoring on offense? Because you can't win if you can't score. And at least in both games that they've played, the Panthers have scored 26 points. They scored 26 and they scored 27. However, it was the Panthers defense and it was the Bengals defense, which we know have kind of been suspect. You know, the Texans did go up against a tad bit more difficult opponents. I do think that this is going to be one of those games that the Texans are going to win, and they're just going to find a way to do it. I'm going to take the Texans on the money line. I would take the Texans getting the points in this game. The over-under is where I'm interested, concerned. Both games last year, 23-20, 24-20, they were one-possession games. I imagine this is probably going to be somewhere similar. I'm going to lean under and kind of hope for the 23-20 and you win by the half. If that's the case, so be it. Or if they decide that they're going to score a shitload of points, we'll see. Now, these are just my picks. If you disagree, please go with your gut and please bet responsibly.